Okay, here I am playing with the black pieces. My opponent plays e4. I play d6. Pirc defense. I'm going to get my knight out. The move d6 is to prevent him from pushing his pawn, forcing my knight to move. I make another pawn move to get my dark square bishop fianchettoed. You tuck him over here like this. Put him on the long diagonal. I make a inaccuracy. I make a decent capture. He opens up his dark square bishop attack on my pawn that's sitting out there, and I didn't defend my pawn, so he's going to take it down. I make a mistake. I should have took that pawn with some kind of tactic. He attacks my pawn, my f7 pawn with 2 pieces, but I got it defended by the rook and the king, so he's going to lose 2 pieces for a rook, which is usually not a good idea. My knight is defended by the light square bishop. He breaks the defense, but I take with the bishop, maintaining that defense of the knight. Now I'm going to get my dark square bishop into the game, put him in check. Now he moves to a place to where I could fork his king and queen with my knight, defended by the bishop. He's got to move his king. I take down the queen. Discovered attack. The bishop's attacking the king, so he's going to move the king. Now I get to move my knight again. Mr. Knight again. Where are you going to go? Oh, I take it down his knight. He takes down my bishop with check. I move my king to safety. He takes down my knight. I fork both his rooks. He threatens my queen. I move my queen to safety. He defends his pawn with his bishop, and I take down his rook that's behind the pawn. That way when he recaptures with this knight, or with this rook, he's kind of behind his pawn. Now I fork his king and his bishop, also his pawn, but I take down the bishop. Now he's going to want to get his rook back into the game. I fork his king and his pawn. Moves his king, I take down his pawn. Take down that advanced pawn. Now I get my king out of the pin. He had my knight pinned to my king with his rook. Now I fork his rook and his pawn. He attacks my pawn with his rook. I take down his pawn. He takes down my pawn. I get my queen to a more active square. He attacks my pawn. Actually, it's defended by the knight, but I didn't realize that. I thought the knight was pinned to the king, but if he would have took that pawn, then I would have been able to take with the knight. Get my rook that's been sleeping into the game. I get my king out of what I thought was a pin. Now I fork his rook and both of his pawns. He takes down my pawn. I take down his pawn with a discovered attack on his rook with the queen. He takes down my knight, and I take down his rookie. Moves his king up. He's going to try to promote his pawn. Now he's going to try to escort his pawn down to promotion. It's going to be kind of hard, though, because I got a queen on that diagonal. Now it's a pawn race, baby. Who's going to get there first? Who's going to get there first? He can't really move his king now. His king's got to go behind his pawn. And I queen. Uh-oh. Now you gotta start giving checks. You don't want a stalemate. Stalemate is when you, well, he's got the pawn to move, but if you put your opponent into there's no legal moves, then it'd be a stalemate. That's a checkmate, baby. Come on. Let me hear you sing.